Hey, it's Cassius. If you're hearing my voice now, then you've probably seen the world collapse like I have. This isn't your typical apocalypse movie. No, it's far worse than anything anyone could have imagined. The whole world changed when the virus hit. It started with a simple emergency broadcast, nothing too special at first. Just a warning. They said there was a new virus in an airport. I remember watching that broadcast like it was any other news story. I didn't expect much, but then the infected people became violent. They weren't sick like regular people. No, these people became ferals, people who had lost their minds. The virus spread like wildfire, turning everyday people into animals. It didn't stop there. The whole world began to burn. Cities fell. Governments crumbled. The military was called in, trying to maintain order. But people fought for the rights of the ferals. Some still thought the infected were human. How wrong they were. By the time the infection took over the world, it was too late for anyone to stop it. Everyone was either trying to survive or getting consumed by it. And then, one day, all the television signals just went down, like a switch. We lost all contact with the outside world. It was done. Everything we knew was gone. That's when Abby and her brother heard from their dad, the pilot. He called to reassure them. He said he was helping people, that they'd be safe with their mom. But then, the sound came an attack from upstairs. Abby, her brother, their mother. We scrambled to the car. But that's when it all started. A feral attacked. It took Abby's mother first. I still see it in my nightmares. Her mother turned, just like that. And Abby? She had to watch as her brother got torn apart. I couldn't let her see anymore. I had to make her close her eyes before I ended his suffering. But then, I had to do something even worse. Abby's mom, she was already one of them. I had to put her down too. And just like that, Abby was alone. In this messed up world, no one's safe. But I was there. I couldn't bring back her family, but I could protect her. It's been 10 years. The world we knew is gone. Nature's taken over. The cities are a jungle now, with only the ruins of civilization left behind. There aren't many of us left. The ferals still roam, but now they're the least of our worries. Abby and I have been living in the forest, trying to survive. I've taught her how to hunt, how to protect herself. She's good, but I always remind her, patience, Abby. You have to wait for the right moment. She gets impatient sometimes, but I can see she's starting to understand. That night, we made camp as usual. I always set up the tripwires, make sure we're safe. But then, in the middle of the night, one of them went off. I woke up, checked the wire, and found fuzz caught in it. That's when I heard it, the rustling of something close. I had my gun out just in time. A feral came charging at us. It was a scout for the horde, I'm sure of it. I shot it before it could do any damage, but I knew we couldn't stay. We had to leave. We traveled for days, always staying one step ahead. Every stop, I trained Abby more. She'd never stop learning from me, but then we ran into trouble. We came across a car, a man fighting off a feral. Abby wanted to help, but she rushed it. Her shot hit both the man and the feral. And when the feral started eating him, I had to step in. I finished the man off. Then, things got even worse.
Don't answer! Think a little.
We were surrounded by a group of survivors. They accused us of killing the man, and I could see how that was going to go. Guns drawn, people getting tense. But then, the ferals arrived. The survivors had no idea how to handle them. We fought side by side, Abby and I, guns, blades, whatever we had. It was chaos. Some survivors didn't make it. A woman, trying to use a Molotov cocktail, got killed before she could throw it. The fire spread to a car, and then it exploded. That was when I knew there were too many of them. But the ferals didn't care. They just kept coming. We had no choice but to fight our way out. We got away with Megan and David, a pregnant couple who survived the attack. I didn't trust them at first. I've seen too many colonies fall. People are always out for themselves. But Abby, she saw something in them. She begged me to help them. I didn't want to, but I couldn't say no to her. The car broke down. We had no choice but to walk. We kept moving, always on the run. Days turned into weeks. Megan's baby was getting closer to being born, and we were running low on supplies. That's when we came across an abandoned town. We decided to rest there for the night. I told them the truth. I didn't believe in colonies anymore. I'd seen them fail. People get too comfortable and then the ferals come, and it's over. But Abby, she wanted to believe. She thought this colony would be different. So, I agreed to help them get there. The next morning, we left. And it wasn't long before the ferals found us again. We had to move faster. There was no time to waste. That's when Abby remembered something. Her dad had a plane at the airport nearby. It was a long shot, but it was our only shot. We got there, but the planes were gone. We didn't have much hope left. The horde was closing in. I told Abby, we can't make it. We should have kept moving. But she refused. She remembered the place where her father used to park the plane. It was still there. David got to work fixing the plane, but time was running out. I knew we had to leave soon, or it would be over. The ferals were getting closer. Abby was struggling, her memories of her father hitting her harder than I expected. She found a picture of herself with him. That's when everything changed. But the horde caught up to us. She started flying the plane, and we almost got out. The plane failed, but we survived the crash. We found a train station, a place to rest, but it wasn't safe. The horde was closing in. We didn't have much time left. David, well, we found out his ankle wasn't just twisted, it was bitten. The infection was already spreading. We kept moving, knowing that time was running out for David. We came across a house. The man inside, Norton, was an engineer. He welcomed us, offered us food, but something felt off. I don't trust him, and neither does Abby. And then, we found out the truth. Norton had been experimenting on the infected. His wife, she was one of them. He used a device to control her, and that's when the real fight began. Norton captured us, tied us up, and set his wife on us, using that device. It was a fight for survival, but we managed to escape. We ran again, the ferals hot on our heels. But we weren't about to stop. We made it to the colony. They let us in, but it wasn't the safe haven we hoped for. Norton was still out there, and this time, the horde was coming for us all. The final showdown happened right there. I fought side by side with Abby, and we took down the ferals. When I saw Norton, I knew it had to end. I took him down, made sure he couldn't hurt anyone else. But there was one final twist. The big feral? Abby, she froze when she realized who it was. It was her father. She didn't know how to handle it. It was too much, but I was there, and I dragged her to safety. We ran, and the colony blew up behind us. The survivors? Well, they made it out. We did what we had to do. Now, here we are. We have hope now, Megan's baby girl. But the world? It's not over. We don't have time for peace. We keep moving, because that's all we can do. The fight's not over, but at least we're still alive. That's the story. That's what I've lived through, and what Abby and I are still trying to survive. The world may be gone, but we're still here, and we'll keep going as long as we can. Silent Zone delves into the harsh realities of survival in a post-apocalyptic world, where humanity's struggle to retain its moral compass is tested at every turn. The film explores the deep bond between Cassius and Abby, emphasizing how relationships are crucial in navigating a world overrun by chaos and destruction. The movie illustrates the delicate balance between survival and humanity, showing that while survival may demand sacrifices, holding on to hope and love is essential. Trust, too, is a central theme. It's both a lifeline and a dangerous gamble in a world filled with desperation. Ultimately, Silent Zone teaches that even in the most hopeless situations, there's always a reason to keep fighting, and humanity, with all its flaws and complexities, is still worth preserving.